Hi there. My name is Susie Watkins, and I am an independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories. And today I wanted to talk to you about your why. And to let you know that your why is going to change. And when it does, you better know what it is because it's what's going to keep you going. When I first started Paparazzi 2.5 years ago, I signed up to support my daughter. She had decided to go on a missions trip very late in the game when everybody had been raising money. And I looked at her and I was like, well, girl, you're going to have to help support this venture. You're going to have to do something. And one of my friends from back home was selling paparazzi. We didn't even know it was paparazzi. We just knew that Amanda was doing this and she was having a great time and people were buying. And it was something my kid could do after school. And so my girl worked it hard for 3 months with me, and she was able to raise the money that she needed it and then some, which is fabulous. And that was it. We had done kind of what we had wanted to do. I really didn't have a why other than that, and she had done what she wanted. So we just weren't really going to continue doing with it. We had what we bought, we kind of sold, so we didn't have a ton invested. And I had people contact me. When's your next live show? Do you have a purple necklace? I'm looking for a pair of earrings. And me being a business person, I was like, well, I don't want to leave money on the table. It is fun. It is easy. And so I decided to, as a hobby, continue to do this. It was just a really good time. We made some profit. And yeah, it was fun. And my why didn't change a ton, but the following year, my father-in-law got very ill. My husband had to go back home and stay there for a month. And it wasn't until after that whole incident that we looked back on our finances, and my husband just said, wow, that not only helped keep you busy and not thinking about what was going on back home, gave you people to connect with and just something to do, but you kind of replaced my income. Where my husband worked, he doesn't have that much vacation time. He had just started, so he was away. They were giving him the time off without pay. So paparazzi helped to kind of float our family during that time. And it was at that time that I went, like, okay, I wasn't really paying attention. This is a big deal. And then fast forward to May of the following year, my father had a stroke. And I was working full-time in the salon doing paparazzi part-time. And I had to go down to Florida, didn't know when I was going to be back. And needless to say, working in a salon, a new salon at that, that just didn't work for my boss, and I get it. It was hard to understand at the time, but I didn't get it. And so I had to leave. I had to say I'm not coming back. And I went back and forth to Florida 4 times before I brought my parents back here to stay with us for a few months. And again, I packed up, not even thinking like what I was doing. I was just like, oh, I got to bring my bling with me. Like, girls are going to want to see it. The nurses are going to want to look at my bling bag. They're going to want to see my stuff. I mean, people know that I go live on Mondays. I'm going to have to continue to go live. And so I just kind of packed up my stuff and brought it down there. Not even like, is this my full-time business? And just kind of did it because that's what I do. And came back. I'm sorry, I have an itch. Came back and was helping take care of my father. Was not back working full-time. And it was just this wonderful opportunity for my mom and I to sit together and do the lives. And she was helping me organize the jewelry. We were ordering more. She was helping me with the lives. Yeah, we were building a Shopify site, I think, at the time. That was crazy. And it just gave us something to do, connected us, and, I could do it when it worked for me. And, all the while, I just kept buying more and selling more and ramping up. And, the Shopify site, which then turned into a come and sold site. But my why for continuing to do it at that time was, well, I love what I do. I don't want to not do this. I do need to, continue to bring some income in. Oh man, I need the connection. I need the creativity release. I need to see the pretty things and to connect with my friends. And so my why kind of switched a little bit I got to keep doing this so that I can keep doing this, because this is what's working right now for our family. And then my dad got better. They moved back to Florida. And I was like at a crux, like, do I go back to work? Do I just do this? What am I going to do? And some really good friends of mine were like, listen, we're going to figure something out for you. You don't have to go back and work for someone or with someone. And so I have been able to run my salon business since July of last year, and not really have a whole lot of a commitment. And that has been great. And I've been continuing to build my paparazzi business while I do that. And September, I started to have a flare with my autoimmune disease. And we've been to doctors since then, on and off, trying to figure out what's causing the flare. Is it the autoimmune? Is it something different? Like, what's going on? Because there's days I can't get out of bed. There's days that I feel really horrible in the morning, but then by the evening I'm moving a little bit better. There's sometimes that the mornings are fine, and by afternoon I'm sick. So it makes it very hard to book your customers. I mean, man, when I was working full time, I was booking clients a year in advance. Like, I'm gonna be here at this time, at this day. Are you? Because let's do this. I didn't even feel like I could book one appointment ahead of time, because I had absolutely no idea how I was going to feel. In comes, yet again, paparazzi, right? Well, my husband kind of upgraded my room for me and made it easier for me to run my business. And I have everything that I need to do this, and then some. And I kind of had this epiphany actually this morning, as I had to cancel my entire day of clients because I'm not well enough to stand for 8 hours and do hair. I don't feel well enough. I just don't feel good, and it's torture when you feel like you have the flu and you have to act like you're fine, which I do a lot. I need to use the bathroom, and so I can't not. I need to stay hydrated, and so today just wasn't going to be a day, and I had to inconvenience like 5 or 6 people, and that's horrible, and I hate to have that feeling. But let me just tell you, with paparazzi, I got my makeup on this morning before I decided that I couldn't do this. I haven't even done my hair, okay? I put it up in a bun and was like, that's all I got. I'm not dressed up. I'm dressed nice and warm, and I just threw on a pair of sweet little earrings that match my blue shirt, and I'm good to go, right? So my point is, my why right now is I can do this 2 hours, stop for an hour, go back for an hour, stop for a half hour, go back. I can do this when it works for me. My customer base knows that I'm going to be live on Monday and Thursday. And I'm going to tell you, I do that Monday and Thursday. I'm really, really good about it. There's been a few times since I've had this flare since January that I haven't been able to. I've had to reschedule. But I can, not feeling well, like I don't feel well right now, I can still, like, woo, check out these gorgeous earrings. I can do that. I'm sitting, I'm relaxed. There's not somebody I'm trying to, like, literally in my presence entertain. I guess I don't know how to describe the difference in it. My shows are max an hour long. If I'm feeling better, I'll go a little bit longer. It just depends. And so my point in explaining all of this to you is that why you think you got into paparazzi may only be why you continue to do it for a short period of time. Why you continue to do it is going to change over and over and over again. And it's so important that you know what that why is, because if I was still thinking that I was doing this why for any of those other reasons, doing this business, for any of those other reasons, I wouldn't still be doing it, because it's not necessary. But God put me here, and He has continued to open my eyes to the reason why I'm still doing this. Even I don't even know, but He knows. And so deep down in my heart, I know He just keeps telling me, just keep doing what you love, keep doing what works for you, And whether it's financial or just helping someone have a nice day that day, maybe showing some other woman who is feeling frustrated, hopeless, useless, like I am, that there is something you can do. And I hate to say those words at all. You know, paparazzi's all about, woo, fun, it's awesome. But man, it has been there for me in the hardest of times in my life the last few years. Man, call me dramatic, I don't know. But this has really helped. And so I just want to encourage you to sit down and know your why, reevaluate your why. When I sat down to pray this morning, God went, this is why. This is why. So, yeah, just know that someone else's why is not your why. You might be doing it just because you might consider, or you might be a paparazzi consultant or consider being a consultant because you think the jewelry is pretty and you want a discount. That's a great why. Yeah, you may have a short-term goal. You want to, I don't know, get a down payment for a new car. So you do this until you can get the amount of money that you need, and then you're good. You may want to continue to do this on a part-time basis because you want to pay for your car payment. Yeah, that's awesome too. Or like me, I've continued to do this, and it always comes back to it keeps working. It's working. It's hard. It is a lot of work. It's a struggle. But when I get to these parts in my business where I'm like, do I do something different? It always comes back to, but it's working. Like, you're doing good, right? So I just want to let you know that this business can fit any why that you have, and for whatever time that you have. And it's just been really amazing to continue to journey through my why. Does that make sense? Just to kind of think about it and be like, wow, paparazzi, how did this happen? But if for any reason any of this has resonated with you and you're not a consultant and you're thinking maybe something here caught your eye and you want to talk about it, I would love to talk to you and give you more information to make a decision as to whether this is something that you would want to do. If you're already a paparazzi consultant and you are struggling, girl, get your why figured out and focus on your why, because you can do whatever you want to do if you put your mind to it and just let the rest go. And that was my epiphany this morning, and so I wanted to share it with everybody. And yeah, so if you want to talk about this, I have my contact information down below. If you like this video, I would love a little thumbs up. If you want to put some comments down there, let me know what your why is. Like, put yourself out there. Be accountable to somebody else. Definitely do that. I would love to connect. And yeah, so yeah, I'm not looking the best, but I decided I'm going to come on and I'm just going to say, hey, listen, I mean, other than maybe you should look a little better when you're doing a video like this, you can do speed sales, you can post pictures, you can talk to your team, you can do your ordering, you can do your inventory, you can ship, and you don't have to look gorgeous. Like, you don't have to really put a ton of effort in on the days that you don't feel good and you don't have it in you to do that. Or, you can just kind of do it in between your full-time job and your kids and life. So that's just kind of my honest, true story, and I wanted to share it with you. So thanks for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day.